Jean-Claude T. What's happening, man?
We're just talking about your greatness.
Rick.
Yes, brother Rick, how are you?
I'm good.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I just wanted to confirm a story I was telling them that I think you told me.
Yeah.
Tell me if I got it right.
Okay.
It's 30 years ago.
Okay.
Or something. I believe you told me that one time you were incarcerated.
Yes.
And you were sort of frightened when you got there, so you requested to be put in solitary confinement or something.
Right, that's
And so you stayed there for a while, but I believe you told me that you could talk to other people who get put there because y'all could take the liquid out of the toilets and talk
through
from
the
cells
toilet.
to
Yes,
cell.
yes.
That's correct, right?
Yes.
And so then you told me finally you had had enough. And so you decided, fuck it, I'm not frightened anymore, I'll go out. And by the time you went out, you were a legend in that motherfucker.
That's exactly right. I told the story right.
You told me that story
Yes.
over 35 years ago.
Brother Harlan.
What's my brother?
Yes. Good to see you. Hey, everybody. All right. All right. My name is Jean-Claude Toran. It is a label that sets me apart and distinguishes me from other labeled souls. Yet it does not set me apart from the cruelty and the barbaric acts of humanity. For I am a man, and like all men, I am guilty. I am guilty of every crime known to man. For I saw the slaying of many souls, and bystanding made me their slayer. And I have watched men rape the earth, and I too were a participant because I watched without protest. I am guilty of deceit, for I have often echoed the platitudes of robotic souls. I have seen my friends die as men rushed to steal the shoes off their feet. And I have bowed silently in prayer as an altar boy at St. Peter Claver. And I have sang hymns in the Church of the Protestant. I have loved and been loved. I have blessed and been blessed. My name is Jean-Claude Toran. I am a writer and a poet, and that's just a brief resume of my life. It was 1944, the city of brotherly love. That's when I first creeped and crawled and cried, and sometimes felt like I had died, but I just kept getting up and going on through life. And now I'm kind of looking back, and I'm looking forward too, because I want to know a lot about a lot of little things. And there are a lot of little things to know a lot about. And I want to know a lot about a lot of little things. The sun is coming up. Around this world so round. And while for some the sun is coming up, for some the sun is going down. The time was 1960. The place was Newport News, Tidewater town in old Virginia. The man, the boy, the child, the soul was me. I sentence you to 20 years in the penitentiary for this Commonwealth. But, Your Honor, I'm only 16, and that's more years than my life has seen. What for? Boy, you're charged with armed robbery and the dollars come to 24. Next case, please. So prison doors closed behind me, and another world opened up in front of me. And sitting in that cell were me in loneliness, waiting and wishing to be saved by time from becoming a beast, unable to laugh and love and live and comprehend the needs and hopes and fears and tears beyond the prison walls, where to me life was like a myth, an ancient myth, sometimes so long I couldn't remember when. And at night, the beast of loneliness would flirt from cell to cell, unseen, unheard, until she struck and left another youth to be found resting in his blood. But me, at the dawn of another day, I would get up and get on my knees and I would pray. Footsteps coming near, I'd hear a guard upon that tier, and standing there in place, he'd shine a flashlight in my face. Boy, why are you kneeling there? Did you lose something? I knelt there just a little while, then got up and gave him a smile. Yes, sir, I lost and I gained, and time moved on, and so did I. Growing and knowing many things. I wonder if I'll get a letter to make me feel better. A bird flew in my cell one day. Didn't say much of anything. He just sat and looked and then he flew away. And as I saw him soar above that prison wall, I said, gee, how free you are, you jail bird, and yet you are so small. Yes, a bird flew in my cell one day. He didn't say much of anything. He just sat and he looked, and he flew away. Count time! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Again and again and again, it was count time. And I wondered if I really counted it all. I wonder if I'll get a letter to make me feel better. What? I'm going home in the morning? I'm going home in the morning. It was 2 times 5 and 1 that I spent in years. Now I was going home in the morning. I was 27, stepping out of prison, stepping into heaven. I was going home in the morning. So prison doors closed behind me and another world opened up in front of me. Wow, what is this and what is that? Can I see what you wearing? Let me check out your hat. Woo, what is this and what is that? Hey y'all, this outside world, it's just an illusion and vision, because there really is no out. This whole planet is a prison. Welcome to the prison planet Earth. Count time. Thank you. Thank you. In 1976, there was an album called The Bicentennial Poet. And it went like this. I am the bicentennial poet, here to speak a truth, so that our sons will know it. America, 200 years have come to pass, and deep within my soul are some questions that I must ask. Now I did not come to spoil your great and happy party, and I beg for your forgiveness if my laugh's not loud and hearty. But I'll make myself at home, and I will not be a bother, for I would not be here at all had it not been for your father. 200 years ago, I stood upon a stage, and that one was by the water, with another father's son and another sister's daughter. Oh, this one is tall and thin, and he can read and write. 1,000 is the bid for him. I think that price is right. That was 200 years ago, and now all that is through. And in this year, I want to ask, how much am I worth, and to whom? And to whom? That was just an excerpt from the bicentennial poet. And there's another section in the bicentennial poet that says, my name is Fredrick Douglass, and in my sons my soul does be. And 200 years had passed America, did you save some cake for me? 2018, 200 years since Frederick Douglass was born in 1818. His book, Narrative of the Life of Frederick Douglass, an American Slave, is, I think, beyond words. I believe it should be required reading for everyone. His life was very, very inspirational. And I'm going to do an excerpt from his 4th of July speech. The papers and the placards say that I am to deliver a 4th of July oration. Why, this certainly sounds large and out of the common way. It is true, I have often had the privilege to speak in this beautiful hall and to address many of you who now honor me with your presence. But the fact is, their familiar faces nor the perfect gaze that I hold upon Corinthian Hall seems to free me from embarrassment. The fact is, ladies and gentlemen, that the distance between this platform and the slave plantation from which I escaped is considerable. And the difficulties to be overcome in getting from the latter to the former are by no means slight. The fact that I am here today, to me, is a matter of astonishment. Thank you. But it's not really a stick. As you can see, it is a big old branch they took down from a tree. There are signs and symbols that are painted all around, and it has one hole from the top to the bottom, and it will make a sound. Now, the first Englishman who came to Australia by the sea, why, he heard the sound of my Idaki. And when he reached the Australian shore, he said, "Man, would you redo that sound some more? And did you redo that tree from the ground?" He said, "Would you redo your curious sound?" a Captain Cook. He was the first Englishman who set his foot on Australia's ancient shore. And he claimed that land in the name of a king, then and forevermore. Now the king was glad and Cook was the man of the hour. But how could he claim God's great earth? And who gave him that power? All Aboriginal land shall be confiscated. That is what the English proclamated. And all Aboriginal land was confiscated. But today, we ask the English on their throne, how long can you keep what you never owned? Have you heard the story from the Northern Territory about the Yarrowcalla man, the Aborigine? He blows the Hidaki and he throws a boomerang. He goes woo, 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 and yang, yang, yang. He's called the Yarrowcalla man. He has an interesting story from the Northern Territory. So when we talk about dark people in the struggles to be free, let us not forget black people from the South Pacific Sea. When we sing about black people's songs of praise and worth, do not forget black people at the bottom of the earth. And when we write about black people, saying what's really going down, do not forget the Australian black man was the last one to be found. So when we talk about black people, please think of Australia too. 'Cause there's more down in Australia than just the kangaroo.